All right. Happy Wellness Wednesday, everybody. Hope everybody's having a good day so far. And thanks for tuning in to Practicing the Pause with Phil. I am Philip Boyce. I'm a peer support specialist at the R3 Recovery Center. And each Wellness Wednesday, I invite people to tune in and find out a little bit more about what wellness is, what it means. And, I think the importance of it is really just to pause, to take the time to look after our own self-care and our own well-being. And so how I like to do that is I like for us to, all get together here, through online. Online's a way that we can connect, one of the ways that we can connect, and just pause to have that moment of whether it's self-reflection or just being still. There's a lot of power, I think, into slowing down. The world is as busy as it is. It can be hard just to pause and take a minute to relax and to tune in and really find out what wellness is and what our bodies are trying to tell us and what things we might need to let go. And I think this time is important that we can do that. And so this is Practicing the Pause with Phil. It's something that we offer here at the R3 Recovery Center every Wednesday afternoon from 2 to 3. So I thank you for tuning in and find out a little bit more about what wellness is. And to do that, like I've said in the past, and I continue to say, I like to stay true to the name. And to do that, to practice the pause, is something we use here. I try to implement here is with a breathing exercise. Breathing exercise kind of slows us down and helps us to tune in to our bodies. And we do that with a breathing exercise. And I invite you to do that with me now. Is just find a place that you can quiet down. You can turn off any distractions that you have. Find a place that you can not have any distractions. You can turn off any noises, not be interrupted during this time. And so if you will, go ahead and find that place. Create that space for yourself. Turn off whatever needs to be turned off. Turn down whatever needs to be turned down. Mute whatever needs to be muted. Let's just take this time to really tune in. Tune in to what we're feeling, tune in to what we're sensing, and just be. Just be. That's what we talk about here is this mindfulness. Mindfulness is a practice. These things that we do is a discipline. You might have heard that before, that these are disciplines. Well, none of us really likes to be disciplined, but it's something that we have to intentionally do. We need to set aside time to be able to do this for our own self-care and well-being. And I think the benefits are great if we are to continue to practicing these things and to have these disciplines in our life. And that's what mindfulness is. It's being aware of where we are and what we're doing. It's being fully present. We all have that ability to be fully present. I've said in the past that we're not human doings, we're human beings. And so that's what this time really is for us to tune back into that, for us to return back to being human beings, not just human doings, human beings. And so how we can do that is by practicing this discipline of mindfulness and breathing exercise. And we can do that now here in this time by creating that environment. I like to say that I've got my teas here. If anybody's watched in the past, I've got my teas here once again today. Helps me to calm down and to relax and to release some of that stress. I have some teas. I've got a candle here burning next to me with a nice aroma that helps create that environment, create that space. And so I hope some of you all out there who are watching have some of those things with you, that you are beginning to practice these things. You are beginning to have these disciplines in your life. and that you're creating this for yourself. You're creating that space. You're creating this time. You're being intentional with this time to look after your own wellness and self-care. And so again, I invite you to create that space, turn off whatever needs to be turned off, turn off any distractions, anything that might interrupt you during this time. And for this time is for you. You know, some of you might have already been doing this. You've got a certain time in the day where you take that time out for yourself. You create that environment already, but many of us don't. Many of us can be in such a hurry and live such busy lives that we have trouble finding just that hour of time for ourselves. And so this is why I believe this is so important to teach and to get out there, is that we all need this time, and we need to be intentional in doing it. Nobody's really going to do it for us. Our bodies will. If we don't take care of our bodies will eventually get to a point where it reaches a point of exhaustion, and many of us could be led to the hospital or with different health issues because we don't practice these disciplines. So I thank you for tuning in and looking after your own self-care. We do that by first creating that environment, eliminating distractions, and find a place that's comfortable to you. You know, posture. You might want to sit up straight in a nice, comfortable chair. Maybe something like I'm sitting in here, or maybe you've got a favorite chair with a cushion. You can have some nice seating there for yourself. Let's just tune in right now to what we're feeling. We can do that by breathing, by relaxing, by letting go. It feels so good just to breathe in, just let go, to just be. And so just be aware of your posture, be nice and in a relaxed position, and let your body just relax and soften. Try not to think that you need to be doing anything right now, just be. If you have that time right now, just be. This is going to be recorded, so you can always go back to it later. But if you have that time right now to commit, it's that discipline, commit to it, then I invite you to do so at this time. Commit to just being. Commit to breathing. Commit to being here in the present, being mindful of this practice. Let your body just relax and soften. You might want to close your eyes, just listen to the sound of my voice. Just be. Let your body relax and soften. I invite you to bring your attention to your breath. Let's take some breaths together. An in breath, nice, slow, steady in breath. Breathe in. Then let go, breathe out with out breath. We want to connect to our breath here, being mindful of our breath. All your thoughts and attention there to your breath. Nothing else, just to your breath. Breathe in. Feel your breath as it fills up in your lungs, the in breath. And release. Release any of that stress that you might be holding on to, any of that tension, any of that worry, concerns that you might be holding on to. Just release it there with the out breath. And then go back to the in breath. Right now, we're just conscious of our breath. We're alive, we're well, we're present in the moment, breathing. Nice, slow, steady in breath, and then an out breath. Release with the out breath. Letting go any worries, letting go of any concerns, anything that might be troubling you, let it go there with the out breath. Be right here in the moment with your breath. Steady, grounded, anchored to your breath. Breathe deeply into your belly. Might feel and sense that your body is beginning to settle. If you become uncomfortable, you can quietly adjust your posture. Just breathe. Be there with your breath. Continue to breathe in. Breathe out. Breathing deeply. Bring awareness to your body. We're going to tune in now. Tune into our body. Remind yourself of its inherent awareness, its ease and vitality. Invite yourself to relax into these elements. Let your body feel open and safe. Continue to breathe. Be mindful of your breath, connected to your breath. Let your body feel open and safe. As you do so, bring attention to the top of your head, to your skull and your scalp. Bring attention there to your top of your head, to your skull and your scalp. Breathe into your scalp. As thoughts arise, just let them be. Be aware of any tension in your scalp. On your next inhalation, as you breathe in, breathe out gratitude. Thankful for this time. You're thankful for just being, for being present in the moment, for being alive. Breathe out gratitude. Continue to breathe. Breathe in. Move attention to your forehead. Be aware of your forehead, accepting whatever tension might be there. Breathe into your temples. Let your temples feel cool and relaxed. Accept any tension or pain in your temples. And as you breathe in, with the inhalation, let your temples feel open and soft. I invite you to put your hands over your eyes as you breathe into them. See if you can soften your eyes as you breathe in. As you breathe out, let go of all hardness in and around your eyes. Breathe openness and awareness into your eyes. As you breathe out gratitude for your clear, bright, and relaxed eyes. Continue to breathe in, connected to your breath, mindful of your breath, your in and your out breaths. As you breathe in and you breathe out, connected with your breath. Bring awareness to your ears and the muscles around and in your ears. Breathing in fully, opening your ears. As you exhale with the out breath, feel grateful for being able to listen and bear witness. Continue to breathe in, connected with the breath. Breathe in through your nose. Feel the air passing in and out of your nostrils. Breathing in, imagine the air you are inhaling is full of vital energy. As you breathe out with gratitude. As you breathe in again, bring your awareness to the place in your nostrils where you can feel the air entering. As you breathe out with the exhalation, feel the breathing out passing out of your nostrils. Let your concentration deepen as you are aware of where the air enters and leaves your nose. Continue to be connected with your breath as you breathe in You breathe out. Bring your awareness to your mouth. Feel your lips, your gums, your teeth, and your tongue. Let your mouth feel warm and open. Relax your whole mouth, letting your jaw soften. As you breathe in, bring a slight smile to your mouth. As you breathe out, feel yourself letting go of tension in your jaw, your cheeks, your lips, your tongue, and your throat. Gently move your awareness to your throat and neck. And let awareness rest lightly in this area. Feel your neck and throat. Breathe into your neck and throat and accept whatever tightness might be in this area. And breathe out gratitude. Continue to breathe in and breathe out, connected there with your breath. And bring awareness to your shoulders. Breathe into your shoulders. Let all tension and melt from your shoulders as you breathe out, as you exhale. Let your shoulders drop and relax them. Give away any sense of heaviness in your shoulders, letting go of your burdens. As you breathe in, give your shoulders space. As you breathe out, drop your shoulders even farther. Continue to breathe in, being mindful of the breath, the in breath and the out breath. Let your awareness be in your arms. Bring awareness there to your arms. So breathe in and breathe out. Breathe into your arms. Be aware of any tightness in your arms. There's nothing you need to hold. Nothing you need to hold on to. With your attention lightly on your arms, breathe spaciousness into your arms. Breathe out relief and release. And touch your hands with your awareness. Be aware of your hands. Bring awareness to your hands. Let them open. You might want to turn your palms so that they're facing upward. As you breathe in and breathe out, connected there to your breath. Awareness is there to your hands. Let your palms face upward and breathe into the palms of your hands. As you breathe in, feel simple generosity in your hands. As you breathe out, imagine the tension in your arms and hands are flowing out the ends of your fingers. Let your hands feel light and alive. Continue to breathe in, connected to your breath, mindful of your breathing in and out, the in breath and the out breath. Bring awareness to your spine. Breathe into your spine, letting it stretch with your in breath. Feel the strength of your spine on your out breath. As you breathe in, be aware of your rib cage expanding. As you breathe out, feel the aliveness of your spine. Appreciate the strength of your spine. Continue to breathe in, breathe out. Bring your attention to your chest and your lungs. Breathe deeply into your lungs and fill them so that your chest rises after your belly does. Give your chest space in which to breathe deeply. Breathe in. You feel your chest opening, your lungs expanding. Be aware of any tightness or tension or feelings of loss and sorrow that you might feel there. This is a very deep breath. Breathing out, appreciate your lungs. Continue to breathe in, mindful of the breath. Now breathe into your heart. Be aware of any tightness in and around your heart. Feel your heart open as it trusts your attention and your breath. Bring your attention to the tissue around your heart. Feel your heart being supported by healthy tissue and cells. Bring your attention to the veins and arteries leading to and from your heart. Visualize your arteries as clear and open. See your veins carrying healthy blood into your heart. As you breathe in, the in-breath, appreciate your heart. As you breathe out, feel gratitude for your good heart. It's good to breathe in and be tuned in to our body and to its needs. We can bring awareness to each part of our body, being grateful for the work that it does. And often we're not even aware of what our body does. It just naturally does it. But here we're able to pause and take time to respect our body and to be grateful for the work that it continues to do on a daily basis. We breathe in and we breathe out. We're connected to our breath. We breathe in and out smoothly as our awareness travels up and through our body. And we continue to do that in this moment. We reach the top of our heads and we return awareness to our breath. And then let it gently spread through our whole body. We can stay this way for a moment of time, just taking a few moments here now in the present to relax with an open and quiet mind. Before we complete this practice, this discipline, we send all of the well-being that we have experienced to others with our breath. There's a story of a man who asked his teacher about how he could experience more peace. His teacher told him that it was possible by practicing these disciplines, practicing a discipline of expressing kindness towards all beings, boundless compassion with all beings, and boundless joy in the goodness of all beings, and boundless equanimity towards all beings, whether friend or foe. And by doing these disciplines, the teacher explained that it would be possible for the student to transform the obstacles of meanness, gloating over the misfortune of others, unhappiness, and the preferential mind. In this way, the teacher explained, the student can discover peace. We've done that before in the past of doing a discipline of loving kindness. And so let us just do that now, just for a few minutes here. This discipline of loving kindness. And so continue to feel comfortable there in your chair. You can move around a little bit and maybe change your posture if you need to. With your shoulders relaxed, allow your hands to rest comfortably in your lap. Gently close your eyes and let's just pause here again in this moment, settling into awareness of the body and the breath. Feeling into our bodies right now, noticing what's there. Open to whatever is to be experienced in the body in this moment. Continue to connect with your breath, noticing the wave-like movements of the belly. And in this practice, this discipline, we'll be cultivating loving kindness. We all have within us this natural capacity for loving kindness, or friendship that is unconditional and open, gentle and supportive. Loving kindness is a natural opening of a compassionate heart to ourselves and to others. It's a wish that everyone be happy. And so we begin with developing loving kindness towards ourselves, allowing our hearts to be open with tenderness. And so now in this moment, allow yourself to remember and open up to your basic goodness. You might remember times that you've been kind or generous. You might recall your natural desire to be happy and not to suffer. If acknowledging your own goodness is difficult, look at yourself through the eyes of someone who loves you. What does that person love about you? Or you may recall the unconditional love you felt from a beloved pet. It might help to use your imagination here in this moment to picture yourself as a young child standing before you, perhaps 4 or 5 years of age, if that allows tender feelings of kindness to flow more easily. And as you experience this love, notice how you feel in your body. Maybe you feel some warmth or heat in the face. Maybe it's a smile, a sense of expansiveness. This is loving kindness, a natural feeling that is accessible to us all, always. Resting with this feeling of open, unconditional love for a moment, we pause. We pause there with this feeling. Unconditional love, this kindness. We pause. We let ourselves bask in the energy of loving kindness. We breathe it in. Continue to be mindful of your breath, breathing it in and breathing it out, inviting feelings of peace and acceptance. So now in this moment, beginning now, we wish ourselves well. Wish yourself well by extending words of loving kindness to yourself. Here in this moment, I'll be offering as guidance the phrases that I've chosen to use in my own practice, this discipline. You're invited to alter these phrases and choose whatever words express your wishes of loving kindness toward yourself and others. And now, here in this moment, we'll offer these words in our mind, first to ourselves. You might want to say these words to yourself there in your mind. And closing your eyes, say to yourself, may I be filled with loving kindness. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be held in loving kindness. May I be held in loving kindness. May I feel connected and calm. May I feel connected and calm. May I accept myself just as I am. May I accept myself just as I am. May I be happy. May I be happy. May I know the natural joy of being alive. May I know the natural joy of being alive. And now repeating in the mind these words of friendship and kindness toward yourself. Let's repeat those once again. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be held in loving kindness. May I feel connected and calm. May I accept myself just as I am. May I be happy. May I know the natural joy of being alive. And now in this moment, in this space, we can open the circle of loving kindness by bringing to mind someone who is dear to you, someone whom you care about and whom you always have been supportive, someone whom you care about and who has always been supportive. Who's somebody that comes to mind that you can think of that's always been there, always been supportive of you, someone you care about? Reflect on this person's basic goodness, sensing what it is in particular that you love about him or her. In your heart, feel appreciation for this dear one. And then with these words of kindness, of loving kindness, begin your simple offering to them. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be held in loving kindness. May you feel my love now. May you accept yourself just as you are. May you be happy. May you know the natural joy of being alive. Now, as we continue to breathe in, continue to be aware of your breath. Now bring to mind a neutral person. Neutral person, this is someone that you might see regularly but don't know too well. It might be a neighbor or a grocery store clerk. Bring this person to mind. Now, here in this moment, bring this person to mind and repeat these words of loving kindness to that person. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be held in loving kindness. May you feel my love now. May you accept yourself just as you are. May you be happy. May you know the natural joy of being alive. Continue to breathe in, connected with your breath. Breathe out. And now in this moment, if it's possible for you, bring to mind someone with whom you've had a difficult relationship. Perhaps it's someone you don't like to feel sympathy or compassion for. See now, here in this moment, if it's possible to let go of feelings of resentment and dislike for this person. Remind yourself to see this person as a whole being, deserving of love and kindness, as someone who feels pain and anxiety, and someone who also suffers. See now, here in this moment, if it's possible to extend this person words of loving kindness in your mind. Let's do that now here together. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be held in loving kindness. May you feel my love now. May you accept yourself just as you are. May you be happy. May you know the natural joy of being alive. Continue to breathe in, mindful of your breath in and out, the out breath. Now, here in this moment, let us allow our awareness to open out into all directions, to yourself, to a dear one, to a neutral person, to a difficult person, of all beings, humans and animals living everywhere, living in richness, poverty, war, peace, hunger, and abundance. Being aware of all the joys and sorrows that all beings experience. We say now, with this loving kindness towards out into all directions, may all beings be filled with loving kindness. May all beings be happy. May all beings awaken and be free. May all beings be happy. And now in this moment, bring this practice, this discipline to a close by coming back to extend kindness to yourself. Sit there for a moment while basking in the energy of loving kindness that may have been generated here. Just pause. Pause and breathe in and breathe out. I hope those disciplines have been making a difference in your life. I know it has in mine. It is a discipline. That's something I was thinking about before we got started. Something that we have to be intentional for, to set aside this time to do it. You know, we might say that other things need to be done, but self-care is valuable. It's much needed. We need to be able to do this, the self-care, and to stay with it, stick with it. It's a discipline, right? All right. We've been talking about a few things this past week. Has anybody heard about emotional sobriety? If you've been in recovery, that's a term that you might be familiar with, and maybe you've heard some. Maybe you don't know exactly what it is. Emotional sobriety is a term in recovery. It's described as the ability to face and deal with unhealthy emotions. Again, emotional sobriety is a term in recovery described as the ability to face and deal with unhealthy emotions neglected during active addiction. Have you heard of emotional sobriety? If you're out there and you're tuned in, if you're watching, why don't you, if you will, if you can, if you don't mind, in the comment section, write down maybe some of your thoughts that come to mind with emotional sobriety. Have you heard of it? Do you know much about it? Emotional sobriety, again, is a term used in recovery to describe the ability to face and deal with unhealthy emotions neglected during active addiction. What are some of those unhealthy emotions that might come to mind that we neglect during active addiction? These feelings may act as triggers for relapse. So managing them is vital for sustaining long-lasting sobriety. Emotional sobriety. These feelings may trigger for relapse. And so managing them is vital for sustaining long-lasting sobriety. That's a critical issue there. If we don't get a handle on our emotions, these feelings, they can act as triggers for relapse. There's some emotional states that we were learning about last week. Emotional states like boredom, depression, and anxiety. These are powerful. These are powerful emotions. These emotional states that we feel. We must come to grips with. We must come to terms with. Boredom, depression, anxiety. They're so powerful that it's said that these emotional states often set the stage of physical disease through the lowering of the body's resistance. And so the way that I feel emotionally can have a significant impact on the way I feel physically. The two are intertwined, they're interconnected. We know this to be true. For example, with stress. Do you know that the impacts that stress has on the body? We know that stress, which is an emotional state, can lead to heart problems, can lead to strokes, can lead to other health issues. We know this. Science has proven this. Doctors have become aware of this. It hasn't been, too long of a period of time, maybe 30 years, maybe a little bit longer, that we've become aware of this recently. There's other emotions that can also have a tremendous impact on our health. So again, emotional states like boredom, depression, and anxiety are so powerful that said that these emotional states set the stage of physical disease through the lowering of the body's resistance. So it's important that I am aware of what I'm feeling and are able to manage these things, to manage these emotions. Again, emotional sobriety is a term in recovery described as the ability to face and deal with unhealthy emotions neglected during active addiction. These feelings may act as triggers for relapse, so managing them is vital for sustaining long-lasting sobriety. I hope there's some comments that are taking place now in the comment section there, that some of your experiences with emotional sobriety. What are some of these unhealthy emotions that might come to your mind? Maybe this is some new information to you. This is something that I'm beginning to look into, to continue to research. I hope to get this information out there. These feelings are powerful. These emotional states are powerful. It's also said that these same feelings can lead to abuses like smoking, excessive alcohol or drug abuse, and overeating. For example, how many of us who smoke or who used to smoke, how many smokers out there will smoke more cigarettes or use tobacco products more when they're stressed or bored or anxious? You ever notice that? There's times, when I used to smoke, where I worked at a gas station, there's nobody coming in or whatever, I would go outside to smoke just because I was bored, right? Or how about stress? If you're stressed, man, you might smoke one cigarette after the other. You see how these feelings can cause us to use some of these substances, which can lead to these abuses. These feelings can lead to abuses like smoking, excessive alcohol or drug use, and overeating. Another example is how many of us will eat more when we are depressed? You ever notice that? Are you feeling sad? Man, that big old tub of ice cream looks really good. And you just continue and continue and continue. These feelings can lead to abuses like smoking, excessive alcohol or drug abuse, and overeating. You see, we wish to change how we feel, whether we're bored or we're depressed or we're anxious. But these emotional states are just symptoms that can lead to behaviors that can also be harmful to us. Imagine a pyramid. I wish I had the slide right here already available, something I'm working on. But imagine a pyramid, right? So at the bottom of a pyramid, you'll have your needs. You can even draw that. If you got a piece of paper in front of you, draw a pyramid, draw a triangle. There, the bottom half of the triangle, right in needs, Needs, needs. Then above that, and about the middle of the pyramid, the triangle, right in emotions, emotions. Then at the top of the pyramid, the triangle, right in behavior. So the bottom half of the pyramid is needs, and the middle is emotions, and the top is the behavior. It was something I learned in recovery and began to really see for myself. It says there in some of the recovery literature that men and women drink or use substances essentially because they like the effect produced by the alcohol or the substance. Men and women use substances essentially because they like the effect produced. They like the effect that's produced. Those who use substances like the effect. We like the change that it brings. We get high in most instances, wishing not to come down. We get into a different state, one of so-called bliss, usually followed up, accompanied by a crash, followed again by a necessity to change. We want to get out of that feeling. We want to not feel bad. We want to not feel that crash. We want to get out of that hangover. So again, we have this necessity to change, this feeling of wanting change, which begins the process all over again. This constant need for change induces a course of insanity. Insanity is properly defined as doing something over and over again, expecting different results. And so I wish I had another slide here that shows the circle. If you draw a circle there next to that pyramid, doesn't have to be too big, just a circle there. And at the top of the circle, write a desire to change or feel. Desire to change or feel. The top of that circle. Desire to change the way we feel. A desire to change. That leads to the high, right? We want that change in feeling, something that will make us feel better, a way to give us the effect that we want. There's another arrow there from the circle. So you desire to change the way we feel. We want that high to change the feeling, to give us the effect. That leads to a crash, which is a losing of that feeling, a loss of the effect. Then again, with the desire to change. So you see the circle there. Desire to change. We want to get high. We want to change the way we feel. We want that effect, which leads to a crash, that loss of the feeling, the loss of effect, which we want to change again. The desire to change, the desire the way we feel, change the way we feel to get high. See that circle there? And we do this over and over and over again. Some is defined as insanity. Doing something over and over again, expecting different results. And so the change here that we see can even be broken down into the scientific world, the world of science, such as broken all this down into a chemical interaction. These chemicals discovered that's in our mind, it changes the way we think, that changes the way we feel. These chemicals set in motion in the brain like serotonin and dopamine. We end up flooding these receptors in our brain when we introduce certain chemicals, drugs, into our body. We're changing the way that the brain works. I wrote this down before this course today, before we got started, that we are needs-based creatures. We all have needs, right? We need to sleep, we need to eat, we need shelter. We have all these needs, right? We are needs-based creatures. That's what motivates us, is to go after these needs. We are needs-based creatures. So if you have that piece of paper in front of you, you can write that down. Write number 1 next to that. We are needs-based creatures. You can write that down. We are needs-based creatures. Drugs or substances are an attempt to bypass a natural system with an artificial substance without addressing the true needs. Drugs are an attempt to bypass a natural system with an artificial substance without addressing the true needs. And so without addressing the true needs, one psychologist, Abraham Maslow, says that if we don't address these true needs, it leads to psychosis. This is what he said here. When these needs are not met, he argued, we see the rise of psychopathology. Psychopathology is the scientific study of mental disorders, mental or behavioral disorders. Psychopathology is a study of abnormal cognitions, behavior, and experiences. And so, here again, you have that piece of paper. We are needs-based creatures. Drugs are an attempt to bypass a natural system with an artificial substance without addressing the true needs. The psychologists argue that if we don't address these true needs, it can lead to psychosis, psychopathology, disorders, right? Mental disorders, mental and behavioral disorder. And we know that substance use is a disorder. Substance use is a disorder. That's why we say it's a sickness. It's a sickness. So what we have been doing is we've been using substances to bypass a natural system with an artificial substance without addressing the true needs. And so without addressing those true needs, it led into psychosis, a disorder. And so true needs are to be addressed to bring healing. This is where we get prevention and treatment. And there at the R3 Recovery Center, we offer resources. These resources, I believe, that we offer are to address these true needs. And you might be wondering what those true needs are. We talked about some of those last time, but real quick, those true needs before we close here today, those true needs are one can be a recognition from others. So it's to be seen and heard. It's to find a place of belonging. It's finding a sense of worth, being a resource in the community as a value, something to add to the community. Recognition from others is the first one if you want to write those down on that piece of paper. These are some of the true needs that need to be addressed. One is a recognition from others. Two is a stimulating environment. Stimulating environment. We need to feel challenged. We need to be growing. We need to find out where our interests are, to discover our passions and pursue those. It's a stimulating environment. Number three is caring and affection from friends, feeling loved, feeling cared for, having true friends, people that you care about and they care for you. This is another need that we have, a true need. The fourth need is a sense of purpose, where you have directions that you go after, that you have values in your life, that you set goals, a sense of purpose. And number five, the last true value that we've talked about is self-acceptance. To accept yourself for who you are. Accept yourself, self-acceptance. And so if you want to write on that paper here, an easy phrase to remember here of what we've been talking about is that unmet needs are fueling unhealthy behaviors and lifestyle. Unmet needs are fueling unhealthy behaviors and lifestyle. And so I'm going to continue to research more into this. I find this information valuable and interesting. And so I'm continuing to look more into this. Hopefully I can create a slide that has more of these graphics and illustrations on there and really try to put it together. That's what I'm working on, and some of those things take time, but I hope that you've learned something from this of value, and maybe you've given some thought about some of those unmet needs in your life. If we can help you out with any of that, we're at the R3 Recovery Center, 1907 West Park Drive in Wilkesboro. And thanks again for tuning in and looking after your own self-care and your wellness today. Hope to see you next time. Hope to tune in next time, next Wednesday from 2 to 3 p.m. All right, everybody, have a good rest of your Wellness Wednesday. See you.